Today, we are diving deep into one of mythology's most epic sagas. Seriously, it's a story of gods, demons, and a cosmic tug-of-war with the entire universe hanging in the balance.
It's a question we all bump into at some point, right? Is it just raw strength? Is it pure intelligence? Or is it something else entirely? Well, for the gods of ancient India, the answer was, well, it was bigger than any of them could have ever imagined.
You heard that right. To get their power back and pretty much save their universe, the gods had to go on a quest so huge it meant teaming up with their worst enemies, and it all depended on a secret foundation hidden at the bottom of the ocean, held up by a truly cosmic creature.
So, to really get why they took such crazy measures, we have to look at how things were in the cosmos. And let me tell you, things were not going well. The balance of existence itself was tipping, and not in a good way.
Yeah, the cosmic scales were way out of whack. On one side, you had the Devas, the gods, and they were literally watching their divine strength and light just fade away. And on the other side, they are eternal rivals, the super-powerful Asuras, who are getting stronger every single day. The Devas weren't just losing a fight, they were on the verge of being erased, and they were getting seriously desperate.
So in this moment of pure desperation, they go to Vishnu, the preserver of the cosmos, looking for any solution. And the plan he comes up with? It was brilliant and, well, completely bonkers. Seemingly impossible.
Can you just picture that for a second? He didn't say sail the ocean or explore it. No, he told them to churn the whole cosmic ocean like some kind of giant universal milkshake. And this was the only way to get their hands on a legendary substance.
And what was the prize for all this cosmic churning? Amrita. And this wasn't just some divine energy drink. This was the nectar of immortality. For the fading Devas, getting this was their one and only shot at restoring their strength and bringing balance back to the universe. This was the whole shebang.
But, of course, there was a catch, and, oh, it was a big one. The Devas, in their weakened state, just weren't strong enough to pull this off alone. Vishnu was crystal clear. The only way to succeed was to team up with the very same Asuras who were causing all the trouble in the first place. They had to trust their sworn enemies. Talk about a tough pill to swallow.
And so, with a very shaky promise to share the Amrita, this uneasy alliance was formed. The stage was now set for the Samudra Manthan, the great churning of the ocean, one of the most mind-blowing events in all of mythology.
The sheer scale of this operation is just staggering. I mean, they literally uprooted an entire mountain, Mount Mandara, to use as a giant churning rod. And for a rope? Something strong enough to move a mountain? They got Vasuki, the great serpent king himself, to volunteer. So you have the Devas grabbing the tail, the Asuras at the head, and this insane cosmic tug-of-war begins.
But look, an operation this massive was never going to be easy. Right as they got started, the whole plan hit not one, but two potentially catastrophic snags that were going to need some serious divine intervention. The first crisis hit almost right away. Mount Mandara was just too heavy. With nothing to support it, it started sinking into the mud at the bottom of the cosmic ocean. The churning rod was disappearing. The entire mission was about to fail before it even really got going.
And this is where our title character makes his grand entrance. Vishnu takes on his second avatar, Kurma, the great cosmic tortoise. He dives all the way down to the bottom of the ocean, gets underneath that sinking mountain, and puts it right on his massive, unshakable back. He becomes the silent, unseen foundation, the absolute bedrock that allowed the impossible to continue.
With Kurma holding everything steady, the churning kicked back into high gear. And now, the ocean started giving up its incredible treasures. Amazing things started bubbling up from the depths. The wish-granting cow, Kamadhenu, the celestial Parijata tree, and even the goddess of wealth, Lakshmi, herself. It really seemed like success was finally within their grasp. But not everything that came out of that ocean was a prize. Something awful began to surface, a threat so much greater than just the gods losing their power.
It was called Hala Hala, a world-ending poison. This stuff was so potent that its fumes alone were enough to start choking out both the gods and the demons. This wasn't just a setback. This was a poison that could destroy the entire universe.
In a moment of just incredible selflessness, the god Shiva steps forward to save all of creation. He does something unbelievable. He drinks the Hala Hala. He holds that deadly poison in his throat, which, by the way, turned his throat permanently blue from its power, and he single-handedly saves everyone and everything from total annihilation.
Okay, so with both of those disasters handled, the churning continues until, at long last, the ultimate prize appears. But just when victory seemed certain, that fragile alliance faced its final and its greatest test.
The pot of Amrita finally rises from the ocean, but just as the Devas reach out to claim their hard-won prize, the Asuras snatch it. Just like that, greed completely takes over, the truce is shattered, and they flat-out refuse to share the nectar of immortality.
At this point, fighting isn't going to solve this. A new approach was needed. So Vishnu steps in one last time, but this time he uses cunning instead of cosmic might. He takes the form of Mohini, an enchantress so beautiful it was beyond comprehension, with one goal, to completely dazzle and distract the greedy Asuras.
And it worked beautifully. While the Asuras were totally mesmerized by her, Mohini cleverly served the Amrita, making absolutely sure that every single drop went only to the Devas. Just like that, their strength was restored, their immortality was secure, and balance finally returned to the universe.
What an incredible story, right? A tale of cosmic struggle, divine strategy. But what does it all really mean? Well, the legend leaves us with some pretty powerful lessons about what it actually takes to win the day.
This story leaves us with some powerful truths. It shows that the biggest achievements often require us to cooperate, even with people we see as our rivals. It teaches us that you have to have patience to get through the inevitable crises. But maybe the biggest lesson of all comes from Kurma, the tortoise. It's a reminder that for any huge effort, a strong, stable foundation is everything, and that sometimes the most powerful and critical role is the one nobody even sees, the one silently holding it all together.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? In our own quests to achieve the impossible, we tend to focus on all the action up top, the churning, the fighting. But maybe the real key to success is taking a moment to acknowledge that quiet, steady foundation that makes it all possible. So who's the Kurma in your life?